Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the WWE proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world, the Trash Can, Tabby Gray, the Tennessee Guy, Mike Gray, the Gray's Taproom Podcast.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got two words for you.
Welcome to a brand new show, everybody.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. That was the intro I wanted to do. The first WWE episode we did a few months ago.
Yeah.
But I forgot to put that sound clip in there. And then I didn't remember until we were halfway done recording that show.
Ah.
So
now you got to use it.
Yes.
Very nice. I liked it.
Yeah. And
I don't know very much about Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I've learned a little bit.
That's fine. Well, that's.
And who was that ring announcer that you were doing?
Oh, that was the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and the badass Billy Gunn.
Gotcha.
The New Age Outlaws.
Okay.
Also members of D Generation X, one of the greatest factions of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Attitude Era.
Yes, we are discussing from 1997 to 2002.
I'll discuss as much as I know, which isn't much.
Please feel free to. I'm
know.
open to all questions.
I know, because that's when it was really big for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, what? I don't know. I have so many questions for you. So, what was your first? Was Attitude Era like your first memory of it?
I started watching pro wrestling. I started with WCW. The Attitude Era was kind of just kicking off.
Right.
When Stunning Steve Austin became Stone Cold Steve Austin, I saw that King of the Ring, after he won King of the Ring in '96 and beat Jake the Snake Roberts, I saw him do the you sit there and you thump your Bible, thump through your Bible, and you read your Psalms and talk about your John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 says, "I just whooped your ass." I'm like, fuck, this guy's cool.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I'm gonna watch this too.
I love his story of how his catchphrase and his name and everything came about.
Well, when he was in WCW back in the early '90s, he had long blonde hair. And the reason he shaved his head bald is because he goes, well, I'm losing my hair anyway. Might as well just cut it all off.
Right.
Because his hairline really started like at the top of his scalp.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what? Okay, so who was the biggest superstar of the Attitude Era?
It was definitely Stone Cold.
Was it Stone Cold?
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely him.
Okay. There was a lot of wrestlers who got their start like towards the end of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, well,
like midway to the end.
Well, actually, right in the middle of it is when R-Truth made his debut.
Really?
Yeah, he started in 1999.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Attitude Era was 97 to
02. So yeah, R-Truth actually hashtag we want truth.
Yeah.
He got his start right smack in the middle of it all.
You mean Ron Cena?
Yeah, Ron Cena. Yeah. And he wasn't the guy like that we know now.
Right.
He was a little goofy, but
Quick.
He was
Quick.
But he was also like a serious guy.
Right. Then he kind of changed his bit.
Once the Attitude Era was over, he kind of turned into the funny guy.
Of course. Isn't this when like you said, D Generation X?
Yeah.
They started.
Yeah, DX was popping off. That's when Suck It was when they were.
I remember when they were teaching young kids
to do Suck It to grown-ups. Yeah. Oh, I was in that mix.
My best friend at the time, Damien, he actually got.
Oh, was he a wrestling fan back in the day?
Oh, all the guys. Well, there were no girls in the neighborhood. It was just guys.
Most of the kids in your friend group back in the day.
Literally, there were 2 females. one of them was a very large, manly female, and she just played basketball. And then the other one was three. There were three girls. Two of the other girls were just super prissy and were like into ballerinas and princesses and shit.
Right.
And the rest, literally like 10 or 12, were boys. So all of the boys were doing like wrestling stuff and talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really have TV back in the day to watch the wrestling stuff and whatever. But that's when I remember one of my friends, Damien, he got suspended for a week from school for telling his teacher to suck it.
Really?
And then he looked at his principal when his principal came to talk to him and told him to suck it.
I'm surprised a lot of your friends that you grew up with watched it and you and Jace didn't watch it.
Think about who our parents were.
Yeah.
Sexual innuendos and violence.
And now we had your mom over for night one of WrestleMania and she was like, oh, this is fun. I love this.
Yep.
This is so great.
Was night two.
Was it? Oh, yeah. It was a Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Now
she's like, oh, this is great. This is a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure Gunnar made her watch a couple episodes while he's been over there.
Oh, for sure.
And I do believe she likes Norman Reigns.
Norman Reigns.
Fucking wrestling.
Not Tom and Nick Mysterio.
Tom and Nick Mysterio. No. That's her son.
Yeah.
No, and probably Cody Rhodes. Well, no, Cody Rhodes isn't her type. I don't know.
You kidding me? A tall, blonde young man dressed to the nines the way he is.
I don't know if she's ever seen him in a suit, though.
That's fair.
She's seen him in his wrestling gear.
You'll have to show him off.
I would love to show him off to my mother. I just want to see her reaction.
This is Cody Rhodes.
She'll have the same reaction to see her.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh
god. So, like I said, the degeneration, the DX, the suckets.
Yeah.
You know, you can smell what the Rock is cooking.
Oh,
I got that a lot.
There were other factions during that time. We had
boys.
No,
that's not really a faction.
That's a tag team. But they came in kind of towards the end of it, or in the middle.
Isn't that where tag teams were getting like really, really popular?
Not really. They were still hopping, like even in like the 80s and early 90s and stuff, they were hopping. Oh. One of the most iconic, Shawn Michaels was a part of the Rockers.
Yeah.
Him and Marty Jannetty. Their theme song is like, it's pretty cool. It's like late 80s, early 90s, like rock and roll.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they in 2002 they had a little reunion.
That's cool.
It was dope.
That's cool.
But no, there was the Nation of Domination. That was The Rock, Farouk, D'Lo Brown, and Mark Henry. They were all a part of that.
Mark Henry. Is that the big
Sexual Chocolate? Mark Henry.
Guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where Buckner got that nickname from.
Sexual Chocolate. That's Mark Henry. Yeah.
Okay.
There was the Corporation, which was like Vince, Shane, Big Boss Man. There was a lot of like corporate types in that. All the suit and ties guys.
Gotcha.
And then there was the Ministry, which was led by the Undertaker. And then you had the Brood, which was like it was Gangrel led that, and he had Edge and Christian with him, and their characters were like vampires. They would come up out of
big back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Vampires, yeah.
Their theme is fucking sick, though.
I'll have to listen to that one too.
I actually, on one of our very early episodes, I did I think it was like a Ghost Stories episode.
Oh yeah,
like Ghost Stories from Reddit, and our theme for that episode was the Brood theme song.
Oh God, you're gonna get us pulled. It's gonna get pulled.
No, it's still up.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I guess nobody cares about our previous episodes.
Yeah, it was one of those like your last year at the haunt, and I had to do the show by myself.
You were reading people's ghost stories that they sent in.
Yeah.
Because I know Tammy sent in one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a few people send them in.
Yep. I had a couple.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. But yeah, if you go back and listen to that episode, it's probably like the 9th or 10th episode of our show.
So were there any more factions?
Not really. Those were like the main ones. Yeah. Okay. But DX was like top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple H. It was led by Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Who else? China, Tori, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X Pac.
Now, I do have to say, watching the what I have of the Attitude Era, they were not afraid of anything.
Oh God, no.
Nobody who ever got into that ring was not afraid of anything.
Oh, for sure.
Like there was more like, why aren't they dead moments?
Well, that's because Mick Foley was in the locker room. And that's what happens when you get in the ring with Mick Foley.
Not only, well, yeah, that's true. But it seems like every time Triple H got into the ring too, he also was bloody. Every time.
Yeah.
Regardless of
what's funny is every time Triple H got in the ring with Mick,
oh, there was blood everywhere.
He would go from Mankind and he would make him fight Cactus Jack. And funny enough, there was I forget the Royal Rumble it was, but Mick Foley was in the Royal Rumble 3 times. Yeah.
How was that possible?
Well,
Cactus Jack,
Mankind, and Dude Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. It's the 3 faces of Foley.
So every time he got thrown out, he'd come back.
Yeah. He could be like the first one in, and then he would get eliminated, and then
come back at number 10.
A little while later, he's Dude Love.
Nice.
And he gets eliminated. Now he comes back. Now he's Cactus Jack.
So which one of the 3 would you be most scared of?
Oh, for sure, Cactus Jack.
Okay. I mean,
for sure, Cactus Jack.
I think I've only seen 1 or 2 of his matches as Cactus Jack. Most of them has been.
Well, I've shown you. It wasn't an Attitude Era match, but he fought Randy Orton. Remember when Randy Orton had the thumbtack? He flipped him. He monkey flipped him, and Randy had thumbtacks all. His back was bedazzled.
It was supposed to be Foley who flipped.
Yeah.
Like Orton set it up to flip Foley, but Foley flipped around and hit him.
Yeah, Cactus reversed it. Yeah. And then there was the Hell in a Cell, I think at No Way Out. Something like that. Triple H. And then there was Royal Rumble in 2000, where it was a street fight with Triple H and Cactus.
Yes. Okay.
But those are my top.
Okay. Now, like I said, there's like literally no one had fear. They knew what they were getting into, and they were like,
100%.
let's go.
100%.
Every wrestler every match that I've watched.
Oh yeah.
Dudley Boys, always.
Bubba Ray and Devon, shout out.
Always like not just pain on other people, but pain on themselves.
Yeah.
Hardy Boys, holy crap.
Oh God, yeah. Actually, speaking of the Hardy Boys, I told you this earlier, but for those of you not in the know, as of the recording of this, 31 years ago today, a 16-year-old Jeff Hardy made his WWE debut against Razor Ramon and lost on an episode of Monday Night Raw.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Lion shit.
Yep. We got Jeff Hart. Today is Jeff Hardy's pro wrestling anniversary.
Did you know that he was 16?
No. He lied about his age.
But did anybody know?
When he was like older, like, oh, well, we can't do anything about it now. He's like, oh, I was totally 16. Yeah.
They're like, happy 28th birthday. He's like, actually, I'm 30.
So, happy pro wrestling anniversary to Jeff Hardy.
Happy birthday to you.
We love you, Jeff Hardy. We're fans. We're huge fans.
Jesus Christ. He's high flyer, high jumper. He took all of the nasty hits and still got up and kept going.
He's the enigma.
And, I never really had an appreciation for Edge until I watched Attitude Era shit.
Yeah. Well, I remember the first Edge match I showed you was that triple tag team triple threat SummerSlam TLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They don't have TLC matches like that anymore.
They did the Friday night before SmackDown, remember? Street
Friday
Profits
before SmackDown.
Friday on SmackDown before WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I wish they would do more matches like
that. It was a TLC.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as like bloody and painful but they still.
It was a fucking slobber knocker match.
Put on a hell of a show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, woo.
Hell, the Street Profits are still sore from it.
Yeah. I'm still sore from it.
I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I need to watch more Christian stuff because I haven't seen a whole lot of the Christian stuff.
He wasn't awesome. I don't think they used him right. Once him and Edge like parted ways.
Character?
Well, once they split ways, well,
He really came out.
he was a tag team guy.
Gotcha.
That's what they saw him as.
Oh,
So
never
they
gave
didn't.
him a shot as a singles.
I mean, he's former WWE World Champion,
Okay.
but they kind of screwed him over. I think that's why he left and went to AEW. The reason Edge went was because he's like, I've done everything there is to do
I've
here.
won everything.
Yeah, I got
I'm
nothing
bored.
left here, so I want to go do stuff I haven't done.
Yeah.
And Edge left WWE on good terms.
So he can go back at any time at this point.
He could, but he won't.
I know he won't. He's got it made at 8.
But he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, or he is a Hall of Famer, I think. I don't remember, but yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think of any other questions that I might have.
Well, I do know that Big Nick requested that we talk about the Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell.
Okay, that is probably one of my favorite matches that I've watched so far of the
King of the Ring. Yeah.
Oh, I've watched it twice.
Yeah.
Once with you and Jason.
Well, because I remember we were both like, no, we won't have this. You slandering pro wrestling. Watch this. And you're like, oh, fuck, this is cool.
Well, that kind of guided me to it, but I was just like, meh. I mean, it's cool, but there's blood, there's pain.
And there's Mick Foley's tooth up his nose.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is cool. But then I watched it again here recently, and it was like, holy shit, you don't realize.
Yeah, now as a wrestling fan, seeing it, you're like, fuck, yes.
Yep.
You have the same reaction that all of us who were like watching it live
as it's going down.
Like, oh my God, this match fucking is iconic.
Honestly, Mick Foley is God. When it comes to wrestling, like, he is top tier. Yeah. He is God status.
Some people have Jesus. Some people have Buddha. Some people have Odin. I have Mick Foley. My God can beat all of your gods up.
Absolutely. And he's not scared.
No, he will beat all of your gods with a barbed wire laced 2x4.
Yes.
On fire.
I was going to say, and light it.
And then flip them onto thumbtacks.
Yep.
while his tooth is in his nose.
In his nose. No, I honestly, Mick Foley is probably, like, everything I've watched so far, he's my favorite.
And did you know that he spends his time as a Santa Claus? He is a 6-time New York Times best-selling author, children's books, and a biography called Have a Nice Day.
If I ever run into him as Santa Claus, I'm gonna cry.
But yeah,
I will believe in Santa because of him.
Well, he mainly does it for for children who are sick. He'll go to like kids' hospitals and he'll be Santa for them.
I love that. I love that.
Mick Foley is the coolest.
He is the coolest guy.
He's the sweetest.
Actually, I do believe he's here at OVW a couple of times a month.
Oh yeah, well his best friend Al Snow.
Right. Is here
in
Louisville at OVW.
Who was a huge part of the Attitude Era.
Is he?
Al Snow? Oh, yeah.
I know I've watched 2 of his matches.
Multi-time WWF Hardcore Champion. Sorry, WWE.
Hardcore Champion?
Hardcore Champion.
What is that exactly?
It's the Hardcore title.
Mm-hmm.
It's the picture a title, but it was made specifically for shit that Mick Foley does.
Oh, so kind of like Haunted House Awards.
No, no.
Like that kind of title.
It's for,
you know how they have the top title to where it's like,
well,
did you break yourself doing this? Did you hurt yourself? Did you go to the extreme? are you dedicated? Like,
hardcore matches where like stuff like false count anywhere matches, no disqualification. Yeah. Matches where you're fighting in the lock, having your match like you take it back to the locker room, out into the parking. There's sometimes matches would go out into the parking lot of the arena, outside. But it was the Winged Eagle, the old WWE World Title, but like broken into pieces and held together by duct tape.
That's awesome.
And across the front, it just said Hardcore.
I love that.
Written on
I wish it was held together with barbed wire and duct tape. That would have been cool too.
Yeah, I'll show you a photo of it. It's
while you're
sick.
Pulling that up, there's one match that came to mind when you said fighting in the parking lot, and it wasn't really a tag team, but it seemed like it. But it was sick. I like that.
Yeah,
a 6-person. I wouldn't say triple. The 6-person match with Stone Cold, Triple H, Rock,
the 6-man Hell in a
Rikishi.
Cell.
Yeah. When they took it outside of the cell and
yes,
Rikishi.
That was at Armageddon.
Yes, that was probably one of the coolest.
It's one of my favorite matches of all time.
It's so funny how it's like Triple H and Stone Cold was just focused on beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And then like
you it was up on top of the cell, it was Rikishi and the Undertaker. And then Kurt Angle.
And The Rock.
Yeah.
Going at it. But then like
they would trade off.
Kurt Angle would like The Rock would knock him out. Then he'd be like, all right, he's out. Who am I fighting? Then he'd run over to Triple H and like beat his face in.
Yeah.
And then Stone Cold would get up and like punch The Rock and The Rock would fly. And then The Rock and Triple H would start fighting. And it was just like a back and forth. That was a good match too.
Oh, for sure.
It was very well executed.
Yeah.
But Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and the tooth in the nose was just.
It's one of the most iconic matches of all time.
And it was Foley and Triple H Hell in the Cell when he fell through.
Yeah.
And hit the ring and broke the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That one was awesome.
Yeah. Mick Foley has fallen from the cell 3 times.
And it was oops.
You see Triple H's face like, oh.
That wasn't supposed to happen, but play it off.
Well, yeah, and if you look at the roof of the cell, you can tell that it's a little more reinforced to try to prevent that from happening, because the original design of the cell was just a cross beam from this end to this end and then here to here. Right. And you're not really supposed to be on top of it.
Throw somebody through
it.
Yeah.
Foley's like, you know what? These people paid a lot of money for this. I'm going to give them a show.
Though, I feel like it was an accident.
Well, there's actually the Undertaker talks about that match.
That one?
Yeah. And Foley was trying to tell Taker, hey, throw me off. And Taker's like, no. Do you see how far down this is? No, I'm not doing it.
No, I was talking about Triple H. And
Triple H. Oh,
that
okay.
One, where he,
yes.
Where he goes to hit Triple H onto the flaming 2x4 with the barbed wire, but Triple H flips it and then
Foley was
throws him down, and then when he falls through the roof and hits the
hit the
ring and he broke it and he just laid there. Triple H's face went from
you see his face,
and then he just had to go back into character like real quick, like I did that.
Whoops. And Stephanie,
you could tell in her face, she's like, oh no, this is so
everything is fine, everything is good. Everything is great. Good job, babe. Oh, we're gonna be in so much trouble for this.
Yep. Is he dead? Is he?
It's like that meme of Homelander on The Boys where like he fucked up, but everyone's cheering him on. He's like, okay, yeah,
everything's fine.
Yeah, is. I did good. Yes. No.
What was the third one where Foley went through?
Well, he fell through. It was 2 times. It was Undertaker.
Undertaker hit him twice.
Undertaker threw him off onto the announcer table. And then as he was being wheeled out on a gurney, he got off and then climbed back up to where the Undertaker was on top. And if you notice, Undertaker's standing on the cell still, but they're lifting it up away from the ring. And he's like, I'm up here.
I'm still up here, guys.
Do you not fucking see me? I'm on this. You're making it higher.
Nope. I'm out.
Do you not see what just happened to this man?
Was that also is the Attitude Era when Shane McMahon jumped off the
he fell? Yes. Oh yes, the SummerSlam. When Steve Blackman hit him in the back with a kendo stick and he fell like 30 feet and landed flat on his back. Yeah. Yes. That was during that.
They beat the shit out of Shane.
Okay, so Shane McMahon was all about that life.
Oh, I know. He said, just pick me up and throw me.
One of his, do you know what have you ever seen a coast to coast? Do you know what that is?
I know what it is, but what is it? Like
you're laying down, like leaning up against this turnbuckle.
Okay.
I'm going over onto this one, and I'm going to jump.
Yeah, Jay did that.
From this end of the ring to that end of the ring and kick you in the head while you're like sitting on your ass with your head. Yeah, Shane McMahon invented that. That's called a coast to coast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think Shane McMahon gets enough kudos. for everything he went through.
I don't either.
Like, he's the Dominic Mysterio of the Attitude Era.
He's elbow dropped from the top of the Hell in the Cell onto the announcer. He's thrown his own carcass.
I know.
Several times.
And how many times was he thrown into the wall panels?
Okay, so that.
I know the first time it didn't break.
Well, like it wasn't when Kurt Angle was doing it wasn't meant to break.
To break, I know.
But nobody told Kurt Angle this. He was like, "Oh, I'll just put you through it." Mm-hmm. And Shane's like, "Dude, this isn't no." And then bam, it didn't break. Well, let's do it again. Kurt, stop! You're hurting me, Kurt.
No, I thought he kept saying, "Do it again."
They wanted it to break.
No. I know, but if you watch it back,
yeah,
Shane was like, every time he would pick me up, I'd tell him in his ear, "Do it again."
Let's try to break it.
Yeah.
And then Kurt's like, "Okay,
all right."
And then and then when they were behind the set, he's like, "Well, that one's not broke. Well, let's go."
And they'd run
poor Shane.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Shane McMahon, great heel.
Yes,
great slimy fucking snake in the grass. Sneaky. No, Shane is way sneaky. Shane McMahon would dog walk Logan Paul back in the day. Oh my, prime Shane McMahon versus Logan Paul.
So when it gets cold and there's nothing to do outside for us to like go out and do stuff, let's watch the entire Attitude from start to finish.
That's a lot. That is 5 years. So yeah, 5 years of wrestling.
We watched all 15 seasons of fucking Supernatural.
How many weeks are in a year? 52 times 5. That's that many Raws and that many SmackDowns plus 5 years worth of pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And Sunday Night Heat.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll get home at 4:00. We can start watching there.
Yeah. Well,
we can at least get 2 episodes a day.
On May 27th, 1997 is when we'll start. I will show you every fucking match.
Okay, let's go.
Every promo cut. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite moments is, and I've shown you this, it was Stone Cold driving the beer truck out to the ring.
And he sprays everybody.
Oh my God. I just want to be in the ring with my mouth open.
I wonder what kind of beer it was.
It was definitely, but I think it was Coors Light, actually.
Because that was his beer of choice, wasn't it?
Beer.
Beer.
Mostly, I think Budweiser was because they had a sponsorship with Anheuser.
Gotcha. Yeah, Stone Cold was definitely.
So a lot of times he would have, and Jim Ross would always call him Steve Weisers. I wanted my job to be the guy who is sitting next to his cooler, and I'm the guy who you see throwing beers to Stone Cold. But if you watch, there's a lot of times where the guy who throws beers will like bullseye it, but Stone Cold will drop it, and then Stone Cold will get pissed at him. It's like, God damn it, just throw me another one.
They needed to get a baseball player.
Yeah.
Like a pitcher.
Yeah.
You really want a can thrown at your face? Here we go.
Oh, he's going to catch it almost every time.
Yeah.
But there's a few times where he dropped.
I do have to say the Attitude Era brought one of my favorite wrestlers in.
Yeah. Who's that?
Lita.
Oh, fucking Lita. The best female superstar of all time.
Fucking love Lita. Like I love Bailey.
Yeah.
I love Bailey.
But you love Lita a little more?
A little bit more than a little more. Lita is fucking awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
she's the best.
She brought the noise.
Yeah. Amy Dumas.
And Trish.
Yeah.
I love the fact, like, I know before Attitude Era, all of the female wrestlers.
Those two made me a man.
It was like pillow fights.
I used to I want to take care of these two. I will pay their bills. I love them. I care about them.
I love them so much.
They're my sweeties. I love me as a teenage boy watching these two. Wow.
But the girls previous to them too, and they were like, it was like a Saturday night girls' night pillow fights. What men or boys thought girls' sleepovers used to be.
Yeah.
Where it was like everybody's in bra and panties.
Yeah.
And they're like, stop. No, you stop. I'm going to smack you.
Lita and Trish definitely erased that. And I'm glad they did.
They paved I feel like they paved the way for female wrestlers now.
They did.
If it
And
wasn't for them,
and then you had women like there was Stacy Keebler, uh Tori Wilson, Molly Holly. Oh, she was fantastic. She trains female superstars now, Molly
that's
Holly.
awesome.
Yeah, she was fun to watch.
I would still like to watch them.
She had a relationship with little Spike Dudley. It was Devon and Bubba. He was like the third Dudley boy, but he was a runt. And
No.
I need to show you the beatings that guy took. He's a teacher now. I think he's like a sixth grade English teacher or something like that.
That's awesome.
But that poor guy used to, oh my, heel Undertaker, heel American badass character Undertaker would just toss him around like a fucking toy.
And he would just be
He would just pick him up, one hand choke slam, and throw him out of the ring.
Holy shit.
Nothing to land on.
Just throw him.
And he would 9 out of 10 times land straight on top of his fucking head. This dude was made out of rubber.
Yikes.
But
that's what happens when you're young.
But no, Spike was, god damn, that dude took an ass whooping all the time. But Molly Holly was like, oh, he's so cute. I think I wanted him to be my boyfriend.
See,
and
you gotta watch the more of the female stuff.
I want to show you some Undertaker beating the fuck out of Spike Dudley
I would
stuff.
love to see that.
It was so sad. It hurt my feelings.
Aww.
Like, because Undertaker is so big.
Yeah.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
And Spike Dudley, it'd be like Amos throwing around
Gunner?
someone's child. No, like a 5-year-old.
Oh.
Like, fuck that kid.
Oh.
that's the like
holy shit.
This giant behemoth of a man and this small, like, child looking man.
Oh.
He would just fuck him. Well, Spike Dudley was like my height.
Amos throwing Jordan around.
It'd be like Amos throwing me around.
Oh.
Because Spike Dudley was about like our height.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because Jordan is short.
Him too. Shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Amos throwing Jordan around.
But with Jeff's build.
It's kind of weird to think about.
Chucking a small child around.
He is a small child.
No, but Spike was cool.
Okay.
He was fun.
So I definitely need to watch more of those ladies.
Yeah.
Because Lita and Trish are the only two that I know of.
Yeah.
Again, Lita.
Tori was good.
Lita, my favorite.
Jacqueline, she was black lady, but like muscle. Short, tiny woman, but she was jacked.
Like Jade, but shorter?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a smaller Jade Cargill. Then you had Ivory, she was really technical. She was a very good technical wrestler.
Like Io?
Not so much high flying, but more of like a tiny little powerhouse kind of. Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
Like that, but a lot more. Her characters were always like super serious.
Gotcha. She
was never like behind the scenes. She was like goofy and haha, but when she was in character and doing kayfabe, she was like, "No, we're not. Women shouldn't be. No, I'm gonna kick someone's ass."
Right.
And she would.
Right. And can't forget about China.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. The ninth one of the world. One of my favorites. Yeah. Mama Sita.
She's scary.
The original mommy.
I honestly,
she would fuck Rhea Ripley up.
We could take Rhea back to the Attitude Era as she is now and put her against China.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody out there do a computer thing to put them against each other.
She was Rhea minus the crying and whining when she doesn't get her way.
That's valid.
And the only the first, because Nia Jax has been in the men's rumble, but the first ever female to be in the men's, or the only female to ever win a men's title.
Yeah.
Intercontinental champion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who'd she take on for that?
Chris Jericho.
Oh. Okay.
It was a fun match. It's a good match.
That's pretty cool.
Or no, I'm sorry. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett.
See, I know the name, but I can't put a face to it.
He later on went into WCW.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Wasn't the Attitude Era when
and funny enough, Jeff Jarrett's kids used to Taylor Swift was their babysitter.
That's funny.
Before she was famous.
Huh.
Yeah. She's like friend of the family.
Friend of the show. Not our show. God
No,
no.
fuck Taylor Swift.
You. Anyway, so wasn't the Attitude Era also the when it was like WCW versus
The
WWE?
Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
We're gonna do an episode on that like later on down the road. But
When I can actually get into it and actually
I need to show you more WCW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like take the focus off of WWE.
But no, that match. Well, no, there were two matches, but the one I'm thinking of was really really awesome with that awesome twist at the end.
Which what?
The one where, fuck, who was it? Oh my god, I can't think of who it was.
You're fine.
There was a twist ending to where it was like somebody from WCW.
Oh, you're talking about when Shane on the last episode of Monday Nitro, when Shane showed up and said the name on the contract does read McMahon.
No. It was actually in the match, in the ring.
Oh well,
in the ring.
So this was after Vince acquired
right,
WCW.
But it was WCW and WWE
Survivor Series 2001.
Right, it was both sides against each other, and it was like a 6-person tag team match.
And Stone Cold heel turned.
Yes, that one.
Yes, that's not Monday Night War stuff.
Okay, but that was still one of the cool matches.
The Monday Night Wars ended on March 26, 2001. It was over. Vince bought WCW. Well, Shane McMahon bought WCW.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that was a holy because we all knew like this is the last Monday Nitro.
So something's going to happen.
Yeah, the final match was Sting and Ric Flair, which was like I cried during that match because it's like two guys who have like where it ended where it started pretty much. The two great best ever. Sting and the Nature Boy, and Sting won the final match on Monday Nitro.
Aww.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, I cried. It was so, and then here comes Vince.
Of course,
he's on Raw in Cleveland, but he's on programming on TNT, which is where Nitro was.
Right, and of course he has to ruin everything.
There is the movie I want to show you is I told you about it. Ready to Rumble with David Arquette. That was the movie they made to try to save WCW. But it didn't work. Now, I love that movie so much.
Isn't David Arquette in the Attitude Era, or is he a little?
He was WCW.
I know, but during the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it was during. It was 2001.
Okay.
So it was kind of like towards the end a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then David Arquette won the WCW World Title, and no one was happy about that.
Oh, I can imagine.
Actually, Courtney Cox was on the next week's episode with him. Like, David, why are you? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He's like,
Stop.
And he goes, babe, you're talking to the world heavyweight champion. Yeah. She's like, she was not having it. And he was like sitting in a lawn chair out in the middle of an empty parking lot with the title around his waist. It was so stupid. No, but WCW had nothing to do with Attitude Era. Okay. That was
I meant like the time frame. That's what I meant.
Yeah. It was
there was a lot of really, really good matches.
Yes.
The Rock, his matches, like
The Rock was one of my favorites.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I could go back and watch it again, I'm pretty sure he would be one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was the best on the microphone. He was the best.
And I mentioned that the other night when we were watching this, some episodes.
Yeah.
Some matches, and I said he does not stutter. He doesn't stop. He doesn't have to think about what he's going to say. He just
put a microphone in front of his face, and he's going to kill you.
Oh yeah,
with his own words. It was great.
It was. You could tell that it was not wrote out. It wasn't thought about. It was give him a mic and I'm going.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, and then once he started, that's kind of what John Cena became.
What did Cena come in?
2, at the very at the tail end.
Yeah,
but he was fresh out of 4400 Shelbyville Road. Shepherdsville Road, right up, not far from here.
Nope.
Right across the street from my work.
Yep.
That's so cool. I work across the street from where John Cena and Randy Orton used to work.
Yep.
And Brock Lesnar.
Yep. And
no, The Rock had some banger matches.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites of his is when he was part of the corporation, and he was heel, and he had his I Quit match at Royal Rumble against Mankind.
I'm trying to remember. Have we watched that one? I feel like
I showed it to you a long time ago.
Okay.
When you first started entering this world, I was like, you got to see this fucking match. I've shown you all those before. No, fuck that. Watch this one. But and if you go back and watch at the end of it, when Mankind says "I quit,"
Yeah.
that is not his voice saying "I quit, I
No.
quit." No. And I was so fucking mad. Like, Mankind's not gonna say "I
No.
quit." No.
Vince probably told him his contract was on the line. You have to quit.
There is a documentary that came out, I think in 2001. It's called Beyond the Mat, and they show like what happened like after the match.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley's kids are like crying, and you see The Rock come up and talk to him, and Mick goes, "No, that he's daddy's friend. It's okay." And The Rock's trying to like look,
Console them.
yeah. The Rock is being such a like he's being such a uncle to Mick's kids, like he's because they were so upset,
right.
and like Mick's his kids are just bawling, and Mick covered in blood. It's like, no, he's daddy's friend. It's okay. This is dad's work. It's okay. Daddy's not really hurt. It's okay.
No, daddy is hurt.
And The Rock is like knelt down beside him, and they're so like, sweet. Yeah, and he's like, he's trying to like calm him down, and it was so cute. No, Beyond them, I forgot. I just remembered that documentary too. It was real. I rented it at Blockbuster when it had first come out.
I kind of want to watch it too.
I'll try to find it.
Um,
It's pretty cool.
I had another question and I completely lost my train of thought.
That's okay. Well, while you're trying to think of it, let me check my noties here.
All right, go ahead.
And oh, there were other awesome divas. That's what they were called back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
There was, of course, the number one, Sable. That's Brock Lesnar's wife,
right?
But yeah, she was known for her. She was great in the ring, but she was mainly known for like her boobs.
Was that the one that had the pasties?
She had handprints over her. Yeah. Let's see. We also had she doesn't look attractive now. But Sunny was at the time the most downloaded woman like of all time at that time. She was like the original diva. So there was also we talked about China. There was Ivory, Jacqueline, Terry Runnels, Tori Wilson, Stacy Keebler, Molly Holly. The top stars of that era, of course, number one is Stone Cold. There's The Rock, Triple H, Kane, Mick Foley, The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Big Show, and Chris Jericho. I remember Chris Jericho's debut. It was right at the beginning of the year 2000.
Yeah.
He had just left WCW.
Ah.
He was like the first guy to defect and come over from one to another. The Rock was in the ring cutting a promo, but they built his debut up.
I was gonna say
it was like a Y2K countdown.
Oh.
And every time like going through December of 99, if somebody was in the ring doing something or if there was a match on the Titantron on the big screen, you would see like just countdown to, and then it would just be a countdown of how many like days, weeks, months,
minutes,
or seconds, minutes, hours. And then The Rock was in the ring just cutting a promo on somebody else, and it popped up and it said countdown, and then 10, 9, and then lights went out and boom, fireworks, pyros going off, and you see Chris Jericho standing with his back turned and his arms out and his ponytail on top of his head.
How big was that pop?
The pop was wild, because a lot of people are like, I wonder if it's him, because he hasn't been on WCW TV in a little bit. And sure enough, there he is standing there.
Okay.
And immediate, he's a heel, and that kicks off a little bit of a rivalry between him and The Rock.
It kind of gets him in.
Yeah.
Like an in.
Yeah. Because he was already like a made guy in the industry, so he didn't have to like go through the trenches and
right.
Like you're already
He's
like
already proved himself.
Everybody knows you. You're gonna bring in money
right
for us, so we're just gonna put you in there, and yeah, it was great. Raw is Jericho. is
so. What would your favorite match be of that
Oh
The
God.
Attitude Era.
I have a few.
Okay.
I and it's a hot take, but I really liked a lot of the WWF versus WCW stuff.
I've
I
seen
had
a
fun
couple.
with it.
I've
I
had a
had a lot
couple
of
of
fun
those
watching
that
it
I've watched,
because
and
it's
those are fun.
yeah, there was the Undertaker and Diamond Dallas Page had a good little rivalry. They brought DDP in by making him he was a stalker for the Undertaker's wife.
Oh,
Yeah, so they would do like promos and you see like the Undertaker's house and you would see like in the window you would see his well now his ex-wife Sarah like doing something in the
right.
house
Yeah,
like
you get the
cooking or watching
creeper.
TV and you see him like in it but it's like a creeper mask
Yeah,
like or a ski mask with like holes cut out. This
right.
guy just standing outside watching.
That's weird.
And then he appeared in the middle of the ring and took his mask off and it's oh my god it's Diamond Dallas Page and we were all like oh shit he's here okay yeah because DDP was a top guy in WCW
Ah,
and that was cool.
anything with McFoley, of course.
Anything with McFoley.
Goldberg got a start, didn't he?
When Goldberg showed up against the Rock's Rock was heel at the time and he was singing a song in the ring. He had like a microphone and his acoustic guitar.
With The Rock?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was singing just like he was singing along with the Rock.
Oh, okay.
And then
Sing
just
along with Uncle Rock.
and then Goldberg's theme hits and everyone's like, what the fuck? Oh, what?
He's here.
But that was in like at the very tail end of Attitude.
Yeah.
Of course, let's see, we did Hell in a Cell with Mick and with Mankind and Undertaker.
Yep. Mankind and Triple H.
A lot of the one thing I want to discuss is the Stone Cold Vince McMahon rivalry.
See, I haven't seen a whole lot about that, but
It's-
I heard it is amazing.
It's like the blue collar worker beating the shit out of the boss.
What we all
That's
love.
kind of yeah. It was a super relatable thing. So like you're having a shit night at work or shit day at work.
Yeah.
Your boss is a dick. You can't do anything because you're gonna get fired if you do.
But you're still wanting to beat his ass.
Hot dog, you can like immerse yourself into like you're Stone Cold in this
Yeah.
scenario, and your boss is Vince McMahon, and you're gonna fuck him up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those two probably the most iconic rivalry of all time. And then when Stone Cold shook his hand and screwed The Rock at WrestleMania 17, fuck. Oh, that hurt so much. But Austin was my ride. I was ride or die with him. So I'm like, fuck, all right. I hate Vince, but I do love
Did he
you,
do
Austin.
to him what Cena did to Cody? Is that what happened?
Kinda.
Okay.
I think that at Elimination Chamber
Yeah.
earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was kind of like a tip of the hat thing, like a little
Yeah.
hey, here's like a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Because John Cena's the top guy,
Mhm.
Vince is the boss, and Cody in that scenario is The Rock.
Right.
But yeah, that was WrestleMania 17. Oh my god, the promo for that, the video package for Austin and The Rock at that WrestleMania with Limp Bizkit's "My Way."
Nice.
Oh my, it's one of the best. It might be the best of all.
As
Watching, I'm like, fuck, I'm so hyped for this match. Wait, it already happened. Shit. But watching it is like, okay, I kind of want to watch this match now. That fucking video goes.
well, guess what? Let's watch it later.
I will show it to you 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I feel like the Attitude Era brought. I know that the videos that we had watched earlier about it and the documentary, the short documentary about it, it started to like wrestling used to be something for like college age kids and men and people to where it was older people.
Yeah.
But then when Attitude Era hit, that was like when a lot of the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds were really getting into it. And they're like, this is cool.
Yeah. And you got little kids running around doing suck it at school and getting in trouble. So guilty as charged. Hell, me and my church buddies, we would go at church. We're doing suck it.
Oh, I love it.
At church.
I love it.
It was great.
I love it. I do believe Jace has done it before, but at the time when he was younger, he didn't know what it was.
I did it 3 times today at work.
Nice. Gunner did it
Yeah.
earlier, but he knows. Maybe.
Remember, one of my coworkers, he was trying to hand me something from a platform that he was standing on, and as I'm reaching for it, I went nope, and I backed up, and I just went suck it. He's like, "Will you just take the goddamn? I need."
You're a child, Michael.
Yeah. Oh, I do suck it all the time at work. I still throw it out, or a stone cold middle finger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh
I know Gunner does. Whenever we let him,
yeah.
we'll allow him like
Oh,
a one.
if Gunner wants to hit a socket, fucking
No,
it.
I meant the Stone Cold.
Oh, that yeah.
like
that,
when
yeah.
he like
Well,
Jay wins or something happens.
Oh, I was letting him cuss when we went to Raw. It's like while we're here, you can say it, but once Raw is over,
Yep, that's it. You're done.
no.
No.
What can I say? What can I say?
Hell damn fart.
I forget who. Finn Balor fucking sucks. And he would, during that AJ Styles Finn, he goes, Finn Balor, you fucking suck. Like there's other grown-ups. Maybe like tone it down a little bit. No, it was fun.
I really do wish though when I was younger I would have gotten into it because I really feel like the Attitude Era was like I would have been into it.
Like if you could go back in time,
yeah,
would you be like, okay, I'll give it a try?
No, I
I'll
would 100%. No, not
I'll-
just give it a try. I'd say
Like-
let's go, babe.
I'll watch it and let me
Let's
see what this
go.
is about.
Let's go.
Like you tell your younger self,
watch it. Watch it. Trust me.
watch.
Trust me.
You can watch.
it.
You can watch. Look, there's one show on TNT. You can be WCW.
Yep.
Or you can go to TNN and watch Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Which one do you want to?
Honestly, if we would have had actual cable, I probably would have watched it.
Yeah.
But because we just had
Well,
like your basic channels.
When SmackDown debuted in '99, it was on UPN, so you could have watched that.
Yeah.
You could have at least gotten SmackDown
Could have.
on Thursdays at 8.
Bedtime in that time was like 9. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad I was lucky enough to be like on those days, on Mondays and Thursdays. Mom was like, all right, well, you can stay up and finish watching wrestling, but when it goes off,
wasn't that you and your dad though?
No, Dad didn't. Dad would. He got me into it, but he would take me to more of like Memphis, Mid-South wrestling, which is in Memphis.
Gotcha.
Like we would go to those shows, or he did take me to. I went to a couple of WCW shows when they would come through the Mid-South Coliseum.
That's awesome.
But Nick's dad took me to my first WWF show.
Nice.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which is where the Big Show debuted. Yeah.
Now, isn't the Big Show one of the ones who's broken the ring quite a bit?
Yes.
I love watching those videos.
Suplex off the turnbuckle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then boom, the ring is gone.
They were accidental because it happened in the middle of the show.
Mhm.
It wasn't main eventing.
Nope.
So they'd have to. All right. Oh fuck. All right. We got to cut to commercial, and it would be long ass commercial breaks.
Well, I mean, we went to the bullpen
Yeah.
wrestling show and we watched
When that happened. Yeah.
we watched them put the stage together
Yeah.
and how long that took.
Yeah.
And then when the ropes were loose and they were trying to tighten them up, that was almost a half an hour.
Yeah. Now you got 4 posts.
just gone.
Like, well,
Yeah.
you see the referees like, oh god damn, and you see him like,
I do like the way that the refs played it off.
yeah.
Like, yes, they could have just fallen over, but I
Yeah.
like the way they threw themselves to overact.
When it was the Big Show and Braun Strowman, or was it Big Show and Strowman, or was it Brock and Strowman? Braun Strowman was involved in one of the second one. That's when it was an accident. It was it was intentional.
Brock. I think it was
Yeah.
Brock's.
But the first time when Big Show did it, it was
An accident.
yes.
But you're also talking about a 7-foot tall, 600-pound man.
Yeah. I mean, his name is that for a reason.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, another one of my favorite superstars that I liked was fucking Kane.
Yeah.
I don't want to have this episode and not talk about the Big Red Machine. Oh my God. Kane was dope. When Undertaker, it's your brother Kane, Paul Bearer, R.I.P. Yeah, it's your brother Kane. And seeing when Kane walked out and Undertaker's face, like, oh my God, I thought I killed him.
Mm,
Because the story was in there when they were kids, Undertaker burned down a funeral parlor and
right.
locked Kane
Hanging
inside of
inside
it.
of it. Yeah.
And that was it. Never heard from again. Now here he is coming out, and Undertaker's like, holy shit, I thought you were dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mom's gonna be
I'm very perceptive to peer pressure. But no, see, that's I think that's the only time that I ever saw like a oh fuck look on the
so mad
Undertaker's face.
Yeah. He played that off so well.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
And I like on Undertaker's podcast, Glenn Jacobs, sorry, Mayor Glenn Jacobs of Knoxville, Tennessee,
Yep.
was they were on there and they were talking about that, and he goes, you know, it's weird that people Undertaker goes, it's weird, like people still come up and ask me, like, were you and Kane brothers? And Kane goes, yeah, they asked me that shit too. And I'm just like, oh yeah, we're totally brothers.
Oh, 100%.
Well, what's he doing right now? He's being the mayor now.
He's
What's
the
your
mayor.
brother doing? Oh, he's the mayor, man. He's crushing it as the mayor. It's like we're not brothers.
Now, isn't the Attitude Era when your favorite showed up? That wasn't Stone Cold, your other favorite?
Sting?
Yeah.
No.
That was way before
No,
that?
no, it was way after.
After?
Sting showed up in like 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was in
It was
that.
like 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that close.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
It was towards the end of his career. Yeah, Seth Rollins was around when Sting showed up.
Okay.
If that, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Sting, yeah. He had
Never
a
mind, I redact.
yeah, he was feuding with Seth and Triple H,
Redacted.
the Authority, as they
Ugh.
were called.
Yeah. Um.
It is cool because there is a moment where you see Randy Orton and Sting in the ring, like helping each other out. Yeah, Randy was about to get jumped
Yeah.
by like 10 guys, and lights go out, lights come on, and Sting is standing there with a bat, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, oh this is dope.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Because Sting and Triple H in the WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
that we
30
watched. Yeah.
30 something, or no, 31.
Yeah. Um. Oh. Wait, who's the wrestler or wrestlers that we lost during Attitude?
That died. Oh god, I'm gonna yes. Oh my god, Owen Hart.
And that was on live.
Yes,
Are we?
that was for you. Yeah, R.I.P. Owen Hart, a god. Mm. I will drink one to Owen Hart. He was one of the best.
Was he?
Yeah. The main event was, oh my god,
It was Undertaker.
He was in the main event, yes.
Because I do remember Undertaker saying something about it. He was like, I'm behind the scenes and I watched this happen, and then I had to come out and work after one of my best friends literally fell to his death.
Yeah. Oh my god. At Over the Edge, 1999, May 23rd. And then you see at the main under, oh god, it hurts. You see Undertaker after he's like just walked into the ring for the match. Vince should have shut it down.
Oh yeah.
But
No.
And people are pissed about it. And you see Undertaker, he steps into the ring and he's taking his like entrance gear off.
Yeah.
He's staring at the blood stain, Owen Hart's blood stain, and you can see him like fighting tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so
He
sad.
said it was so hard.
Oh, he fell 100 feet.
Yeah.
Hit his neck on the ropes. He was the Blue Bomber. And his entrance was to come down. That's why Sting quit doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They made Sting stop doing it because they didn't want to risk that again.
So it was his harness that malfunctioned.
Yeah. Yep. And yep. God. And hearing Jim Ross say, I have the unfortunate news to tell you that we have just lost Owen Hart. And you see Jerry Lawler just bawling
Jesus.
because they were all like family.
Well, yeah.
And and Undertaker was really close with like Brett, all the Hart guys.
Oh yeah.
Owen, Brett, that whole crew.
Yeah.
And like one of my dear friends just
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
sucked. It was hard to see that.
You know, for some reason my mind went immediately back to the first year at 7th Street Haunt,
Yeah.
our opening night when I got the phone call about Buckner.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to not continue and just take a minute, but I knew I couldn't because
Yeah.
it had to open, it had to be done.
Yeah.
And we finished out the show that night and cried.
Mm-hmm.
And then went back the next night and finished the show.
We had a hello. That was our debut of
7th Street. Yeah. Yeah.
And we rocked it for him, for Buckner.
Well, we did that whole season for Buckner.
Yeah. We did.
Well, yeah. Those of us that knew him.
Yeah.
But that had to have been heavy. That was what'd you say, 90?
99.
99.
Or 98, 1998.
May 23rd, 98.
I think no, it was 99. Yeah, May 23rd.
May 23rd.
Yep. May 23rd, 1999. Yeah, and seeing there's actually a photo
Did they sue?
of right after it happened. See that?
Is he in the ring?
Yeah,
He fell in the ring.
he landed like right like.
Ugh. I hope it was immediate.
And you see there's Jerry Lawler like trying to stand up and see over to catch him.
I hope it was immediate. It wasn't anything.
It wasn't immediate.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was oh God, who was the match?
It was
Undertaker. Oh my God, I have to look at the match.
I'm trying to
Over the Edge 1999 main event.
Because didn't they have to fill his place with somebody else real quick?
It was the Undertaker and Stone Cold world title match.
That's right.
Yep.
Who was supposed to be fighting him or fighting? Who was supposed to match him?
Who? Owen Hart?
Owen Hart.
I think it was the Godfather. It was a European title. It was either European title or Intercontinental title match. I missed the European title. I'm going to turn this around.
Okay. I have no idea what that is.
No, it's picture the United States title now.
Yeah.
It's that. But the U.S. title is actually pulled over from WCW.
Gotcha.
Because they had the U.S. title.
Gotcha.
The European title. It was a cool belt too. It had all the different flags of Europe on it.
Nice.
It was a cool belt.
So it's one that Chelsea Green could have.
Yeah.
Instead of the American title.
Yeah. Well, they should make a Canadian one for her because she's Canadian.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah.
I mean, there's so much more that we could talk about.
There's a lot to go on.
And I need to see more. And maybe we can bring this back in a couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once I can watch more and be more versed.
Yeah, for sure. I want to hear your takes on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ask you all of the questions you asked me.
Yeah, 100%. All of them is going to be Lita.
Lita and Trish.
Yeah. My favorites.
Yeah. But it was hot dog, what a time to be alive.
Again.
In wrestling as a fan.
It was literally like hardcore.
It was.
It was like if you took the wrestlers right now, all of those like high rostered, like number ones, and shifted them to the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I personally and honestly do not think that they would make it.
Oh, you take the roster now?
John Cena, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, you name it, you shift them back to the Attitude Era.
when all those guys are in their prime, when Rock, Austin, Triple
Right.
H,
You put them against. You put Cody Rhodes
prime?
against
Austin. That roster would beat the fuck.
I would bet my entire. I would bet the house. I would bet my everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything on Attitude Era people.
They had former UFC world champion Ken Shamrock in the Attitude Era.
I'm not just talking about like skills. I'm talking about
murderers.
Every fucking match, you're gonna have color. No, I'm not. No, I need powder for my nose.
No, it's happening. I'm giving it to you. Yes. And then here comes Mick Foley. He's like, okay, we quit. We're sorry.
No, it's like, okay, so tonight you're gonna match with Mick Foley. Nope, I'm out. You're gonna match with Mick Foley. Nope.
I would be mortified if I had to. So on the match card tonight, you're gonna fight Mick, and he's gonna do Cactus Jack. I'm going home.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I quit.
I'm done.
I quit.
No, I'd rather
Take me off the roster.
Yep, I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm out on this one.
Yeah, but all of the wrestlers today in WWE, if you go online right now and take everybody from that roster, is there anybody on that roster right now that you think could make it?
There's a couple. I think Cody would be okay.
Well, yeah, he gets a lot.
Randy Orton, who actually came in at the very end of it.
Yeah.
Randy, I would give Randy some. Who else do I think could handle it? CM Punk would be good enough.
Oh, CM Punk 100%. CM Punk hands down.
I think CM Punk would kind of lead the charge.
Oh, he'd be head man in Attitude Era.
Actually, that's where Rey Mysterio made his debut at the end of it in a cage match.
Very nice.
Yeah. Those big ass red pants. They look like Jinkos.
I think Tiffany would do well.
Yeah. I think Rhea would do. Io Sky and Rhea would do okay.
Nope, I don't think so.
I do.
I don't. I think Tiffany and Bianca would be my two for Attitude Era. I think. Because I think
Io Sky would be okay. She could handle it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think I really do think Rhea Ripley could handle it too.
If she would get rid of her whiny bitchiness.
Well, I'm talking about
actually, you know what?
In the ring
take as everything back.
In the ring as
everything. Performer. No. You want my two females?
Okay.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
And Liv Morgan.
Liv would be okay. Yeah,
Liv
I think she could hold her own.
Liv, to do an Attitude Era, Liv Morgan and Trish.
Yeah.
Versus that would be awesome.
Yeah. I think Alexa Bliss could hold her own in there too.
Yeah, she could.
I think she could handle it. That's probably about it, really.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot. John Cena came in at the end of it.
I honestly think CM Punk and Cody Rhodes would probably be the only two. I agree.
John Cena's first ever match was against Kurt Angle.
Yikes.
And he held it. He lost, but
he still held it.
He held it up. There was a couple times during that match where I thought, damn, this dude might actually fucking win.
Yeah.
He might actually.
You know what? Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I could see McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Damian Priest could.
Fuck that. Kevin Owens.
Oh, Sami Zayn would be good.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
They'd be unstoppable.
Great.
Kevin and Sami would be unstoppable if you put them.
I'd love to see Sami and Kevin tag team the Dudley.
That would be fun.
That would be a fun one.
I would watch that. Yeah, I would watch that.
Oh God, yes. Oh, and then the Street Profits and the Hardys.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
Possibly. I think so. No, I think the Street Profits and the Dudleys would be
a little bit more fun.
It'd be a little more fun.
Sami and Kevin against the Hardy Boys.
The Dudley Boys returned and beat the dog shit out of New Day.
Did they?
Yeah.
No.
Beat the fuck out of New Day.
I love New Day, but I kind of want to see that one.
I'll show it to you later on.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
That's all I
Bits and
got.
pieces of the Attitude Era.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's like the era. It like in the 80s and mid 90s, it started. It
Yeah.
started the way. But the Attitude Era helped it blow up.
Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about.
Uh-huh.
And it has to be said on this.
Mhm.
It was when Mike Tyson, WrestleMania 13,
Yep.
Stone Cold won his first world title, and he fought. We haven't even talked about Shawn Michaels,
I don't know a whole lot about
HBK.
I don't know. Is that Sexy Boy?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
He's
the
running.
song I
He's running
fucking hate.
NXT.
Well-
Bum 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 bum.
I hate that song. I
But
don't know why I
Shawn
hate that
Michaels
song, but
was
I
a
hate that song.
king. There was I remember
I need to watch more of his stuff.
there's one clip where he was like it was like a house show, and a fan was talking shit to him like about how tall he is. He goes, and Sean goes, "Yeah, maybe so, but when I'm standing on my fucking wallet, I'm 10 feet tall, bitch."
Oh,
To a fan. Yeah, I was in the middle of like a tag team match.
Nice.
He goes, "Yeah, but when I'm standing on my wallet, I'm 10 feet tall, bitch."
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I think somebody's ready.
I think somebody is ready too.
You ready to go watch SmackDown?
Let's go watch SmackDown.
Fuck yeah.
We gotta do SmackDown before Money in the Bank because we know it's hot.
Yes.
I mean, look, think about it. We got not just we have the women's Money in the Bank tonight. It's not Money in the Bank, but it's the ladies.
Oh, the six. Yeah.
The
It's-
six.
Yeah. Oh,
I
God.
hope somebody gets hurt and then they're disqualified for tomorrow.
I hope it's Naomi that gets hurt and
Oh,
disqualified.
Shut up.
No, yeah, it's Alexa, Rhea, and
What?
tonight.
Oh, it's Alexa, Rhea, Naomi, Julia.
Naomi, Julia, and Roxanne versus.
Yep.
It's a six woman tag team.
3 Raw, 3 SmackDown.
Yeah.
On SmackDown. So I'm ready for that.
Well, Alexa's on SmackDown.
Well, I know. But
So it's kind of a mix.
It's one person flip. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I want Alexa,
Rhea,
or
and God damn it.
oh shit. Lucy, stop. It's I want Liv, Alexa, or Stephanie the Cure. Didn't she win? I thought she won Money in the Bank.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
She's
Those are
got
my 3 picks.
That woman has 3 matches in 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
Because she's going to be on the Worlds Collide.
Uh-huh.
God damn.
Love her.
She is pulling like
Triple
she's
duty.
working.
There we go.
Cut that bitch a check.
Let's go.
All right, let's go watch SmackDown. Thank you guys for listening. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week when we discuss 2004's Broken Lizard second film, Club Dread.
Club Dread.
A summer movie.
It is a summer movie.
We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.